Hey, it's Mara. I'm here with my new best friend, Tim Gunn. Been having breakfast together, and you're in town today to be with Kate Spade, which is very cool.
We're at the Kate Spade store at Lenox Square Mall, and Mara and I have been having fruit and yogurt. It's been an extremely healthy morning.
It has been healthy. Yes, we've got to, get our waistlines together for spring. So spring colors, Kate Spade is always filled with these wild, punchy colors.
Kate is all about color with sophistication, color with a polish, and about a classic American sense of style.
Well, okay, so let's break it down, Tim. Let's break it down. The economy sucks.
Oh, Mara, the economy couldn't be worse.
Okay.
Well, yes, it could be.
It could be.
So I shouldn't say that.
But I hate to see people sacrificing, looking good, because they're trying to save a buck. So if you were to say to one person, if I said, I have a limited budget for the spring, what are 3 essentials that I should have in my wardrobe that will spice things up, where I don't have to, or maybe what's the one piece I should spend a lot of money on that's going to get me a lot of places?
Well, I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on anything, to be perfectly honest. I really believe in shopping on a budget, though I will say there's a difference between a jacket that costs $250 and one that costs $40. And you'll see that in the construction and the construction details, and you'll see it in the textile. But if there's one item every man and woman needs to have, and it's because you can take a t-shirt and jeans and dress them up, it's a blazer.
Blazer.
And it should be personalized. Don't think about the classic navy blazer with brass buttons. Think about shrunken blazer. Think about something that's...
Boyfriend blazer for the girls?
What do you think of that? I'm not a big advocate for the boyfriend blazer.
All right, I'm glad to hear you say that, because that's come in fashion, right?
It has. It's sloppy looking.
But I think it's only for a skinny girl.
Well, but skinny girls can wear anything.
That's true. We hate them. Bitches.
But it is true. I mean, they can break all the rules. And for most women, the boyfriend blazer simply has too much volume. And I have a refrain about volume, which is the more volume your clothes have, the more volume it appears you have.
Right.
So I think that can be a little risky. But I am also an advocate for trying things on, looking at yourself very critically and objectively, and assessing, how do I look in this? But can I say this about the economy?
Yes, say anything, Tim.
It's a brilliant time. There's always a silver lining in any of these downturns and any of these dark days. The silver lining is if it can allow people to do an assessment of what they actually own, that maybe they're not wearing, that maybe needs to be repaired or altered in some way, if they can do an inventory of their closet and then ask themselves, what would punch this up? What would enhance it? And generally speaking, the answer to that question is accessories.
Sure, like a good scarf.
A great scarf, a great belt, a handbag, a shoe. It could be jewelry, and I love the big graphic cuffs.
Do you believe in that? It was funny because it's pressure when you're coming to have breakfast with Tim Gunn. We're like, what do we wear for Tim Gunn?
You have to wear what you would wear.
Okay, but I love that the Coco Chanel, what is it, take off the last accessory that you...
Or take off one thing before you leave the house.
Okay. All right.
Providing it's the right thing.
That's right, I know. It was so much pressure.
Though, can you only imagine, when you really think about Coco Chanel and how she branded herself, she was all about excess. So if she took off that 16th necklace, who would really even notice?
That's true. We would forget her. Okay, so let's talk about more, scaling back. What about Michelle Obama style? Keeping it simple.
We must all thank our lucky stars that she's in the White House as our First Lady. She has brought back the classic American shift. And all what do you think about all this ridiculous? Well, I shouldn't.
No, it's not ridiculous. The arms.
I mean,
okay, no.
What
Tim,
is that?
Let's break it down. If I had those amazing arms, I'd be showing them off nonstop. I don't understand why people are saying that it's not appropriate. She looks magnificent. Do you agree? I mean, what do you think?
I totally agree, but I don't think it's a matter of the arms being fabulous. I think it's and that people forgive her for that. I think it's a matter of people saying there's too much skin showing. Really? I don't see a bare midriff. I don't see shoulders, which you couldn't take into a Catholic church. I see an arm.
And she's stunning.
Yeah, I mean, she is a natural target. People will pick on anything, witness this issue.
Sure.
And the shift isn't about an arm.
Right. It's about a figure.
And most women will look fabulous in one. If they're worried about their arms, they can wear a little cardigan or wear a jacket.
Right.
But I love a shift. You can accessorize it beautifully. Right. You can belt it. You can personalize it. You can really make it your own.
So that's your item for the season, the shift dress.
Oh, everyone should run. Don't walk, run to get one.
Wait, let's go right now.
Let's go.
Tim, what's worse, a Croc or an Ugg?
Well, I'm going to say that the Croc is worse, though it's a bit like asking which is worse, the bubonic plague or black fever. Maybe they're the same thing. At least Uggs come in a variety of styles, some of which are less objectionable than what we associate with the classic Ugg.
Okay.
But the Croc is just that, a Croc.
Okay, so Project Runway, we're just crossing our fingers, holding our breath, waiting that they're going to get everything worked out. And the season's already been filmed. Are there some real breakout stars in this new season?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Make it work.
Make it work. And we do. But there is a challenge. The circumstances around which we have never had on this show.
Ooh, interesting.
And I'm still filled with so much incredulity over the entire thing. I will never have the adequate words to express it. Ever. And after it airs, I can then talk about it more matter-of-factly. Because it was a Lulu. Okay. And a Project Runway first, hopefully, never to ever be repeated.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we need to get that lawsuit handled. Yeah. Because that is going to be too juicy to handle.
And it's another case where I invoke my refrain again. What's with those crack-smoking judges?
Wow. Nina Garcia?
She's part of it.
Well, I love watching the judges. I love Heidi. There's just something.
The judges are fantastic.
You know, there's just something. And Michael Kors. Is there anyone funnier than him?
There isn't. But also, Nina, Heidi, Michael, the three of them come to fashion from such different points of departure. They're a fantastic trio.
Nina loves the word cohesive.
And boring.
But Heidi, it's funny because she's a little edgy. I love it.
She is, and she's a little edgier in season 6.
Oh, I like to see that. And you know what's interesting to me about this show is that whenever there's a challenge for designing an outfit for a woman that's real, who's maybe a size 10 and up, why do the designers always freak out? Why is that so much harder for a designer, you think?
Well, I'll be really blunt about it. For designers who are used to designing for a size 2, maybe a 4, it's not a matter of simply sizing up when you're dealing with a larger size, or if you're dealing with petites with sizing down. You have to really reconceptualize it.
Right.
And for most of them, they haven't ever even engaged in thinking that way.
Right.
And it does require a reconceptualization.
Right.
And it's simply part of the challenge. But cry me a river. I mean, don't moan and groan about it. Accept the challenge, embrace it, because some designer must address the needs of women who aren't sizes 2 through 6.
Well, because the regular world
isn't.
Right.
And depending upon your frame, depending upon your height, you probably shouldn't be.
Sure. Well, it's nice to know there's someone like you defending people like us.
Oh, please, you.
Okay, so...
Yes, Mara's an example of don't let this happen to you.
No.
That's ridiculous. You're one of the privileged.
I'm privileged because I get to sit with you. Tim Gunn, You're a rock star.
You're very sweet and very kind and very generous. Thank
Well,
you.
we are such fans of yours, and we are so excited for your appearance today, but anything in the world that you're doing, we want to be a part of.
Thank you.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, you will be part of it.
Yes. Well, thanks for giving us a few minutes today.
Thank you.
The great Tim Gunn.